Hey guys, good evening. This is Kiki's Doorway. We are about to do water signs for May 24th, 2018. I just feel the need to say this to you. All right, here it goes. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Children, wade in the water. God is gonna trouble the water. Oh, wade in the water. Wade in the water. Children, wade in the water. Oh, God is gonna, either is gonna, mother is gonna trouble the water. Pisces, Scorpios, Cancers. Wade, I had to Google Wade before I recorded this because something about that word Wade got to me. I sung it in church when I was a young girl, but I never knew exactly what it meant. I always thought wade, like W would mean walk, right? Or waiting, like waiting on something. So I Googled it and it said walking through water. And I'm like, okay, so at least people, we all, as people, we could connect the dots. But when I thought of the water, I thought of Jesus walking on water. But it said to walk through water. So I said, well, what other being can walk through water? Or what other element can walk through water? And something popped up, and I thought of City of Angels with Nicolas Cage. You could plant your feet into water, like when you go to the ocean or to a beach or to a pool. At some point, you had to plant your actual own feet into that water. And if that water is going to be troubled, which is like, for example, you know how when you do go to the beach and you put your feet into the water, how the water goes back and forth and sideways, and you could feel it because you're actually moving with the water, with the tide. But at the same time, you're still planted in it. You're not falling yet. It would have to be a bigger water, a bigger tide, a bigger current for it to actually literally knock your human body down. So remember that, Pisces. Remember that, Cancers. Remember that, Scorpios. It would have to take a lot of shit to literally knock your ass down. And to even give you something even hipper on that, you're connected to the waters. You are the water element. So when we think of Atlantic, when we think of Atlantis, when we think of the Little Mermaid, when we was a little girl under the sea, it just popped up. I don't know. Look, it's the Little Mermaid, right? If you're not a spiritual or if you're not a religious person, like I can't believe she just sung a hymn or a Christian song. I ain't Christian. All right. If you ain't Christian, right? You know how the Little Mermaid was able to get her feet. Yeah, she got it from her wicked, family member. But she was able to get feet. So them fins turned into feet. So just like the water can connect to the land, to the earth. Earth needs water. If we didn't have water, we couldn't grow crops. If we didn't have water, how could we be made out of clay in the first place? So, and plus, like I said, if you're not a religious person, you just turned your fins into walking feet. So now, get your boots, get your cowboy boots, get your gear boots, get your hiking boots, right? Put that shit on and go. These boots are made for walking, and it's going to do that. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, those boots that's on your foot, on your feet, are going to walk all over the tide over troubled waters. Ow! I need to stop. I'm all over the damn place. Look, that's what water do. Water, you are the ocean. You make us. You make a body of us. The body of water is in a human being. So we can't be anything without a part of this water. So without further ado, in Kiki's doorway, we're gonna find out what should Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios know about or see in May 24th, 2018. God. Well, let's do the past life first. Let that be the focal point. Something tell me let that be the focal point. So the past life by Dorian Virtue. Let's see what your past life for water signs. What does God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What should Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancers know from their past life on May 24th, 2018? What should Pisces, Scorpio, Cancers know about their past lives? May 24th, 2018. May 24th. Well, for one, the number 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. The number of Virgo, the house of Virgo. The house of perfection. Not, like I said, in vanity's sake, but for the sake of understanding or appreciating detail. You don't, do you want to go to somebody and they're sloppy in life? Would you trust them? No. Would you trust yourself if you were sloppy or you weren't into detail? You didn't care about being perfect in any arena that you love? No. So think about that on May 24th. What is the perfection? What is the perfectionist side of you? What is the Virgo side of you? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Stop. Ah, okay. All right. Well, that will make sense, Pisces. You are, let's bring this up. You, in your past life, was an authority figure. Let's see about that. Look at that. Or authority figure. So, when I look at this card, obviously you have the gambler. You got the judge. Like, who better? You don't got an officer. I mean, the officer's there. You got a judge and jury. I mean, you got regular citizens there, yes. But at the end of the day, secretaries, typists, all of them people rely on what the judge really feels is fair. And who better to fit that role but a Pisces. I mean, you're the oldest element on this planet. Earth signs, fire signs, and air signs, I'm a Taurus, we all had to look to water signs at some point to even understand our direction in life. It took me to talk to a dear Pisces neighbor, a Piscean's neighbor. She's very intuitive. And it took me to appreciate her friendliness, her nurturing, her understanding of people, but at the same time, how people misjudged her and how she did judge. But at the same time, they respected her judgment because it was fair. So it's like maybe you guys are feeling conflicted about being an authority figure. Maybe you're concerned about always being the one that people go to for necessary guidance or to find out if something is truly fair without the shit, without the gray. You can see right through that crap. And that's why we love you. You are the mother of the waters. So much so that God or a man or an earthly man felt the need to walk on water. He could have walked on earth. He could have flew. No, what did he do instead? He said, nah, I'm going to walk on the water because I want y'all to know y'all can walk through water. What else can walk through water? Boats. That brown. Boats. How we got our merchants, how we got our commerce, how we got our trade was due you Pisces. You were the explorers. You were the navigators, the original navigators. So let's see what the past life says about that. Authority figure. Authority figures. So Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancers. Listen to this. In your previous and current lifetimes, you followed rules that were set down by authority figures such as parents and teachers. Well, you got to learn from somewhere how to mold yourself into an authority figure, right? All right. You may have also encountered intimidating or even cruel authority figures in the past. Now, you know what's so funny about this? My opposite sign is Scorpio. And I had to come to realization that I had that same issues with teachers and bosses or someone that is a high authority. And I came to realization, what if it's not you doing a bad job? Because water signs do not do bad jobs. If they do bad jobs, they really want to know what the fuck is up. Like, tell me what I should do and I can figure out how to finesse that way. You don't even have to come to me about that no more. But it's when you do that, you actually cause a ripple effect, like the water. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. Like if you put a rock in there, or if you put your own finger in there, if you dip the toe, a pinky toe, like Harlem Nights, you better not shoot me in my pinky toe. But if you put your pinky toe in the water, what would it do? It's going to cause a movement. It's going to cause an energy to say, hey, something else hit me as water. What was that? That was actually man's energy. I got to show what this man or woman has done to me as this water element. And you won't realize until either the middle of the scenario or near the end. When you actually do what a high authority figure does or asks you to do, and you do it well, you do it like, finito, excelente, you know what happens? They look at you like, well, why are you even in that position? So you should be in a higher position. I should feel threatened by you. So what happened? You're ending up looking like, well, why do I feel like I got to compete? Or why do I feel like the high authority figures might want to fire me? Or the high authority figures feel envious of me? Why do they feel like this? Maybe because they see potential in your ass. And sometimes people are afraid to tell a person. Maybe they feel you might not be ready. What if they came to your ass and said, hey, you know why I'm envious of you? You know why I'm jealous of you? You know why I'm actually a little flabbergasted that you actually did the shit so well for your position? Because the position that you asking or you are in or you held yourself in is lower than your potential. You supposed to be CEO. You supposed to be pharaohs. You supposed to be king and queens. You supposed to be people that once come to for counsel. Yet you out here lallygagging, acting like you're a fucking servant. So you know what? I'm going to pick at your ass until you eventually figure out why we feel that way. I'm just saying maybe that was the book. That was my observation. Now I'm going to go back to the book. All right. Perhaps you found yourself in the presence of those who were power hungry or abusive. These situations can lead you to fear authority figures and succumb to their will in the present. While it's normal to sometimes be intimidated by powerful individuals, fearing authority figures can lead to unhealthy passivity. That passive aggressive shit. Now, like I said, I'm a Taurus, so we are known to be passive aggressive because we don't like conflict. But guess what? The most successful people have to understand conflict, not for the argument's sake, not to win over on somebody, but to say, how can I make this conflict fun or akin to both opponents? Where even the one that wants to attack you and is looking for your weak spot can say, well, fuck. Damn, they actually picked me up and made themselves look good. How did the hell? You know what? I quit. I tap it. I'm going to tap myself out. Scorpios, Pisces, and Cancers got it right this time. Oh, wow. How did they do that? You did it by believing in yourself. You did it by understanding maybe the reason why you were born in this sign, the reason why you probably had trials and tribulations, the reason why you had to wade in that water is because people do come to you to understand that shit because you had to go through it. See, who better to ask somebody if they have physically gone through it? I'm not going to ask somebody that has never gone through something, hey, can you help me on that? Nah, because they only going to tell me what they guessing. I don't want to guess. I want an insurance. I want a fact. I want a truth. I want to know that, hey, when I do this, it's a guarantee. For example, you may feel pressure to bow to another's rules without standing up for your rights. Or you may develop conflict phobias in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments and disharmony. See, I was talking about 2 + 4 = 6, the Virgo. We're going to read up on the Virgos and that disharmony situation. In some cases, this can lead to a form of depression called learned helplessness. Meaning you feel like you always got to learn from high authority figures when guess what? The high authority figures in secret are probably learning from your ass. Now that's a wade in the water, ain't it? Okay. In which you don't even try to improve your life. To heal the situation, fill yourself with self-love and self-esteem. So Scorpios, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. However, you want to flip this. Y'all all water signs. Know this. Feel this. Love it. Learn it. Live it. To heal this situation, fill yourself with self-love. And your interpretation with self-love. No, not what any book say. You could use that as a tool, but what does your heart say along with your personal life experiences? What can you say in your childhood has made you really happy when you treated yourself, when you did your arts, when you did your crafts, when you did your skills, when you used your intuitions, when you wasn't afraid that when you use your intuition, yeah, people gonna be scared of you. You know why? Because they know that you know now. That might be scary. But hey, you could hold it and you look like a G doing it. Ain't that funny? We're in the year of the dog. Spell dog backwards. I had to tell Aquarius that earlier today. Check out the Aquarius and see what I said on them. That starts with the letter A, authority figure. Check out Aquarius. Now, I'm going to say it again. To heal this situation, fill yourself with self-love and self-esteem. And see yourself as being whole and healed. So meaning you don't have to go outside yourself to love yourself. You don't have to go outside yourself. You don't have to go and find somebody other than you to show you how much you love you. Why don't, for a change, you finally show yourself, express yourself physically in this earthly world that we live in, Mother Earth? Why don't you show us how you love yourself through physical expression? Take care of your health. Get in that bath. Get in that water. Get into Google spiritual baths. Conjure Queen on YouTube is great for spiritual baths. Check out Conjure Queen. Conjure Queen. Conjure Queen. the royal family. Check Conjure Queen out. She's perfect an example of spiritual baths. I think she's a Cancer. So yeah, check her out. Oftentimes, just remembering past life details will lead to clearing and healing. So you are already healing and clearing. Trust that you're doing that right now. Trust that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever trials and tribulations, whatever wave, water you are going through, remember, I just said you are. The movie that popped up with this was The City of Angels. You are that angel for us. You are that high authority figure that we've come to. Yes, you had to learn from high authority figures. You know what? You should see that as a damn blessing, because Socrates, Aristotle, Alexander the Great and them, they had to go to other successful leaders, other successful civilizations, other successful authority figures to really appreciate their craft and understand other people's crafts through their power of authority. So these are 3 cards I wanted to pop out for you for May 24th, 2018. The first card, put this down. Let's see. Wow. The 4 of Water. So we got some structure. So for all the Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, do trust that even though the world, even though people that is surrounding you right now, even though the circumstances that you feel that you're under pressure, know that this time you are on point with your intuition. Even though the tides are coming at you from left, right, east, west, north, and south, you are building a foundation with your emotions, with your intuition. Missing an opportunity. Okay, so yes, you had to use your intuition to miss an opportunity. But ask yourself, why did you have to use your intuition? Because this is a water sign. It could have been 4 of earth. It could have been 4 of fire. It could have been 4 of air. But it's not. It's 4 of water. So you have structure in your... The waters don't look rippled. In fact, if you look, the woman is holding her hand onto the water. Like she's harnessing the energy. She's also hearing what the waters, not just what her feelings are feeling like, but the feelings of others around her, the feelings of the actual waters, of the beach, of the rivers, of the lakes, of the pool waters, wherever you get your nourishment, and take baths, go to pools, go to beaches, walk around rivers and lakes, feed off that energy, because you might just get your information. If you don't, you will miss that opportunity. Discontentment. You will, if you don't rely and understand that God, or how you got your intuition, how it's so keen, is for a reason, you're going to miss your opportunity. Because this woman, she's in the water still. She's still in the water. She got that cup. You know, she even got the dolphin on it. And the dolphin is known for frequency and energy. Human beings, we are known to be connected to the dolphins. I just talked about Atlantis earlier. The people that's going to be researching Atlantis, they need to talk to y'all water asses and figure out what's going on. Because maybe you're missing an opportunity because another element is supposed to come to you. Look at the other elements. They are always coming to you for answers, right? Ask yourself, why do they always come to you for answers? And if so, why? Is it a particular answer they're always asking, just in a different way? If you don't figure that out, you will have discontentment and boredom. You know how you could reduce this shit? You know how you could change this boredom into bliss? That boredom into bliss right now? You can actually look at people when they come to you, their problems, including yourself. Like if you have situations that you're trying to figure out, ask yourself, why is it that you have the circumstances? Because it most likely relates to you having issues with authority. You got to take the reins of your life. You are the water sign. If you don't take the power of the waters then how the fuck can we trust our bodies? That would explain why why human beings don't drink as much water. That's probably why we don't like to put fruits in our water to detoxify ourselves. Are you detoxifying yourself, water signs, at some point? At least, please do that. Because if you don't, then you're going to get discontentment, and you need to open your eyes to the possibilities. All right, now. I know I don't have to get on water signs like this, because once you tell them, they know. But sometimes you got to like swoosh their ass, make them feel another element for them to know they exist. Now, the next one that came up, wow. Remember I said it wasn't the 4 of water, right? It wasn't the 4 of air, but guess what? Now you got the 3 of air. When I look at this card, 3 of air. 3 for 1 is the Trinity. Mother, Father, Spirit. Or when you hear it in church, they say Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Father, Son. Father, Son. Okay, you have a father and son, right? You have a father and son, right? You got a father. You got a father and a son. But does it say 2 of air? No, it says 3 of air. So what happened to that mother? You know why you have a problem with authority figure? Because we don't know about the mother energy of this planet. We don't know the mothers of the waters. We don't know the mothers of the earths. We don't know the mothers of the fires. We don't know the mothers of the airs. We don't know that. We know the God. We know the Father. We know the Son, which is a beautiful thing. Of course we know that as mothers. Of course we know that as women. Of course we know that as young girls. But if we are so used to recognizing the Father and the Son, what happens to you? What happens to you, Cancer? What happens to you, Scorpio? What happens to you, Pisces? Let's see what the cards say. Great sadness. I wonder why you have great sadness. Is it because you recognize the God in yourself and you recognize the Son in yourself? But when it comes to that mother aspect, we don't know about that. Even in books, we don't really hear about the mother aspect. Maybe you need to really research that. Research about Gaia. Research Isis. Research Inanna. Research Kalima. You know, research the Black Madonna. Research Mary Magdalene. Research Mary. Research the women in religion. Research the women in spirituality. Research the women mythology goddess of the waters. So you could erase that boredom you got. Take time to heal. You got to heal. Take that spiritual bath. I'm telling you, watch Conjure Queen YouTube channel on spiritual baths. The need to forgive yourself or others. From you doing that, when you start to appreciate your intuition, when you appreciate that in order for you to have water, you must have air in you. In order for water to be water, it has to be moved by another element, air. Air has to push through you to move you to even cause a ripple effect. When you tap into your intuition, when you accept that you are an intuitive person, when you accept that people do rely on you for the answers, when you can't even figure out if you can figure your own life with your own intuitive answers. Yeah, you can. You just like to shit on yourself. And from you doing that, guess what? The universe is giving you signs that people around you will shit on you. Because just like the authority figures in your past life, they're looking at you like, fool, you already are powerful. You already powerful. Why don't you just start flexing? Be the waters. Travel. Start traveling. Start traveling the country. Start traveling the USA. Start traveling overseas. Start traveling. Stop being fucking stale. If water becomes stale, what happens? It becomes fucking rotten. Can I drink rotten water, Pisces? Can I drink rotten water, Cancer? Can I drink rotten water, Scorpio? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Can I drink still water? When it's like literally still water. Can I drink that after a while? No, it's going to become contaminated. Once you realize that you are powerful already and that you can heal yourself with your own intuition before you can heal anybody else, accept that you're an authority figure. You are the queen and king, the empress, the emperor of the water. You are the interpretation of the God and the goddess, the mother, the father. The mother, the father, and the spirit before it becomes human. And for that, you show us human folks when you get out here in the streets tomorrow that you were empress. Let me put this down. I want to see it in the light. Let me see something. Let's see what it says. You got Archangel Gabriel. Now, I know in history, Archangel Gabriel told, I think, Mary that she's going to have a son that is the king of all kings, right? I bet you also like the authority figure. Gabriel was an authority figure. He got, it looked like he got a little gavel, but it looks like something else in his hand, don't it? Look like something else in his hand, don't it? Look at that halo. Look at that. Look at that hotness. And she holding a baby. I wonder, were you around the time? Were you the messenger? And this is not a man in this one. Gabriel usually in biblical is seen as a man, but like us human folks, we gotta stop looking at things and just gender like man and woman. We gotta see both in everything now. We need to stop that now. We're in the year of Aquarius. Stop. Holding a baby. Female. So if you're a female, you don't think you have authority, I suggest you start relearning that you do. Fellas, if you Pisces men, Scorpio men, Cancer men, if you know other Cancer females, reassure them. By reassuring them, that's reassuring you as men. All right? We need each other. We can't do this separation nonsense. You see what happened when Eve and Adam tried that nonsense. We still trying to figure out why we paying for it. When we, in fact, it was because of them that we are humanity. Ain't that something? Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. See, it's going back to nurture yourself. Nurture yourself first, then others.